Okay, I get to restart. So 1F is the next one. And remember, it increments. 1F is the highest number, so the next thing is a 2, 0. And it's a 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. Clean it up a little bit. That. What's my time? So this one is B3, so it's B4, B5. What's the time? B6, 7. Stop and restart at B7. Okay, stop and restart. So it's B7, and I go here, and it's B8. It says B9. This is BA. This is B10. It's A. That. I don't really have to do all that, but I'm going to because I might as well. Okay, there we go. So that gives you your hexadecimal representation for all these messages because your message is in hexadecimal. So that's what you have to do to be able to read your message and decode your message. I'm going to stop and restart. And I'm going to show you how to decode it. It's really easy. It's really easy. Now, the first part is getting the key. The second part, this is really interesting because in the code on the walls, I would use stuff that's not in here. Like there's an E0 through E5. I would use an E7. There's no E7 in here. Put a space. Space. If it doesn't represent anything, put a space. If you see, because there's no 2-7 here. If you see a 2-7, put a space. If you see an FF, put a space. I made it easy here. That's a space. That's a space. That's a space because there's no FFs in here. There's no FFs. So those are spaces. If you see something that doesn't show up in the hexadecimal chart after you're done, it's a space. If you see a whole bunch of Fs, like this, it's a bunch of space. If it ends in all F, that's probably it. It's over. There's nothing left. I'm gonna stop and restart. Oh, in the one that's in there, I actually did put like a underscore in there and a question mark in there. So there's more than just that. There's actually question marks and exclamation points. I'm gonna stop and restart. I mean, they're not hard to figure out. It's just an extra set of numbers that you have to figure out that I did for you. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to do this now. So you look at this and you say the first letter is a 3D. Where's 3D? It's right here. So it's a H. So you put an H here for that. And you say E4 is next. E4 is an E. So it's an E. 4-1 is right here. It's an L. Um, There's another 4-1. There's an F. Now that's where people are going to go if you don't tell the truth. Sorry. That's just true. 2-1 is next, so it's an O. O, O. FF is right there, so I'm going to put underscore, but it's a space. I'm just put underscore so you see it. And that's where we are right there. So 3D is right here. So 3D is next. I barely cut the time on that. Barely cut the time. 3D is next. So it's here, hello, and then there's a space. So space is a breakpoint. So 3D is a H again. So put an H here. It's a 2-1 again. So 2-1 is right here. It's an O. It's an O. O. And then E7 is right here. It's a W. And then E7 was a W. So now we got another space. So I'll just put a space in here. It's really nice. It's supposed to be a space, but E0 is A. A. 2-4 is a R. And then E4 is a E. What's my time? It's 50 seconds. And summary start. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm almost done. E. Then underscore again. And then FF is a space because we got the E right here. E4 was the E. I got FF as a space. D9 is Y. Y. 2-1 is a zero. Oh, it's a O, not zero, an O. And the last one is a B5. It's a U. So it's a U. And then the rest of them are spaces all the way out to the end. I kind of did this as a representation of what you have in a memory map on a computer. I'm gonna stop restart. Okay, I did this like a memory map on a computer. Basically, what all these do is they turn something on or turn it off. That's all the ones and zeros do. They turn something on and off. What I did is I just made a message for you, and there's actually a message on both walls. There's actually a message. I thought it was so it just gave me something to do. I mean, it just gave me something to do. But basically, that turned something off. Like when I took my car to the Dodge place in Cedar Park one time. I take it in and have something fixed. When they bring it back, they say, "Well, your AC doesn't work." I don't know why, but it blows out hot air for like 20 seconds. It didn't do that when I took it there. No, they probably changed something in the bits. They probably just say, "We're just going to change this and just mess with it because you guys do that to me do stuff to me all the time." I'm a summary start. And you do it to me all the time. Now, April's car, she had a Ford Taurus, little blue Ford Taurus, smoke blue Ford Taurus. I took to the brake specialist right there in off Palmer Lane because I lived in Lamplight Village, right there. And I took it there to have the oil change because April wanted the oil change, so I did. And something told me, take this car to work. That I think God told me, take this car to work the next day and bring it home just to make sure it works right. So I did. You know, I asked her, I said, "Hey, bro, I'd like to drive to work, drive home. Is that okay?" She said, "Yes." So I drive to work and it's okay. And I drive home and it overheats on the way home. And it's kind of choking. Something's wrong with it. And I pulled in, I go check the mail or something. I put a movie back or something. I'm going to stop and start because I want the store to go through. Very specialist. I want of Austin. I want this to go through. So anyway, I go and I either check the mail or I go and do something in the building, take a movie back. And I come back and I get in the car and the car won't start. It won't start. It's like the motor's locked up or it just will not start. And I'm like, what is going on? So I checked the oil. I couldn't see any oil in the motor. And I was like, we just had the oil change. I brought it back. I couldn't see my vision's so messed up. I couldn't see anything. And I called the maintenance man over. I said, hey man, I don't see any oil in the dipstick. And he reaches goes, and he goes, yeah, there's something on there. It's wet. Look at it. And it was. He goes, I said, it's clear, isn't it? He goes, yeah, it's clear. I said, that's not oil. Oil has a color to it. He goes, it smells like fuel. It smells like fuel. It's like, you're right, it does. I'm a summary start. Okay, so I take it back to the brake specialist in Austin, the same place, right on Palmer Lane and Metric. You're right there on Palmer Lane and Metric. And I take it right back to you guys, and I tell you what's wrong with, but you don't want to come out and look at the car because you never do. You guys never want to look at anything. When I tell somebody's wrong, they're like, "Oh no, that can't be right," and then you just fix it and you give it back. So, oh, there was nothing wrong, and that's what you did. You said, "Oh no, there was oil in." So I take it to you, and it's the dipstick's clear, but there's liquid on it. It's like a fuel of some type, and I had a witness to it. I take it to you. You said there's nothing wrong with it. You give it back, you had poured oil in it, so I take it home. You probably damaged the motor. Probably. I mean, the car kept running because she didn't drive it very much. She didn't. She drove it like once a week, and that was it, once a week. The problem is you guys are messing with it and doing bad stuff to us on purpose, and you just say you didn't do it. I'm gonna stop and restart. Like you guys came in my house and you did stuff like Roto-Rooter. You guys destroyed my house on purpose. You laugh while you're doing it. I mean, you act like you're an FBI agent too. I mean, that what you guys did is a crime, Roto-Rooter. You came in, you knew something was wrong with the house. Everybody already knows. Everything's been set up for me everywhere I go. Everything's always a setup. That's wrong. You can't lead somebody's life. Nobody likes to be led and laughed at their entire life. I mean, Roto-Rooter and Austin, you guys did me wrong, and you know it. You tore up my house on purpose. You came in stabbing the walls and stabbing the floors. You ripped it all out, and then you cut a big old hole in the ceiling. You knew there was no leak. You knew it. You flat out knew it, and you did it anyway. And then the guy that comes in and fixes it, he takes my paint, which is the color of the ceiling. He dabs the ceiling, right? He dabs it. He says it matches, and he goes and gets paint. Now my summary start because this is important. Okay, so this is I don't remember who fixed the ceiling, but he came and he charged me $1,800 to fix the ceiling. Then he managed to paint the ceiling pink to remind me of Sierra Ramsey, like I was going to see her the next day. That is wrong. You don't do that. You do not do that to somebody. You don't. That's a crime. When you're teasing somebody about seeing their dead daughter alive, that is a criminal act. You guys helped murder me. Everybody did. Everybody's guilty of it. Everybody's because you won't tell the truth. You won't. Till Fan teased me to death 5 times. Cindy helped. Everybody helped. The only person that saved me was Han, and I still don't know what side she was on. I really don't. I really don't, because she was actually leading me into the same stuff everybody else was, and then she'd kind of like act like, oh, now I'm the hero. There's no heroes because no one's told the truth yet. No one's told the truth. Anyway, I'm gonna stop and come back one last time. Okay, this is the last time I'm coming back now. I saw Joe Nuno's coming out of my house once. One time that somebody said something about checking the door, so I we didn't have a lock on it. We had a deadbolt, so I told him you got to close the door, and make sure it's shut. So I closed the door and I turned the deadbolt and I lock it. And I always do that. And this one time I do, I turn the door and deadbolt to lock, and I grab the door handle and I pull it, and the deadbolt's gone. And Joe comes running over. Joe, no, no, let me fix that. How did John Unos know the deadbolt was going in my house? I saw Aaron Price trying to come in the window of my house, the unused bedroom, and I locked it because I saw her trying to come in. She didn't know I was there, I guess. I was in the garage. She didn't know I was there. I heard a noise and I go and I open the garage and there she is on a ladder in my house. And all of a sudden I forget about it. It's illegal to brainwash somebody and they hypnotize them and then get the key out to everybody. That's a bad idea, guys. Anyway, we'll start one more time. One more time. So Aaron Price has a big number 10 on her car because she knows the 10th plague is here. So it's either you guys arrest people or the Lord God's just going to do what he says. I don't know if that was James Hetfield or Metallica in my deal, but that was pretty cool. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know. All I know is I've been where Carrie Underwood lives, so her parents probably called Carrie and said, "You aren't going to believe this. It's really happening." Because everywhere I go, everybody knows. I know I talked to Rachel Green, Jennifer Aniston. I flat out talked to her through LinkedIn, and she said she was going to help. Nobody's helping. Nobody's done nothing. I had to go up to Jersey City, all the way up to Jersey City, and here I am still going through loops of lies, and I've proven that everybody knows who I am everywhere I go. How do they know who I am? How are they tracking the car? That's important. I gave a key to. I'm gonna stop one more time and restart. Okay, this is long. I'm gonna have to cut the video short because I don't want to keep going. I gave a key to Daryl from Stereo Design. It had the song. When I plugged it in, it would always. I put Ronnie Millsap in, Pure Love, and I recorded it as all I did was change the name. The name it was a WAV file. I just changed the name of the file to Prisoner of the Highway, and I had Ronnie Millsap and all this stuff on there. And before it wouldn't work. None of the files would work. No WAV files would work. That WAV file worked in that car. No other WAV file worked. That WAV file worked because of the name of the song or something. They changed it when she took the car back in. They fixed it where it didn't do it anymore. And I know they did because I saw one guy walking by, like he went in and talked to her and came back out and he's like, oh, and he's scared. Because that's what I see you guys do all the time. You just pretend you never help. You never tell the truth. Everywhere goes another lie. So I'm never going to deny God. Just remember, I got to go.